Hello again, everyone. It's Marcus, and I'm here to review some stuff. Today I'm reviewing the song Set Me Free by Avenged Sevenfold. Apparently I did a little bit of digging, and this song is going to be on an upcoming album called Diamonds in the Rough, so it seems like it's an album of all their previously unreleased work. So what it was saying was that this song was originally going to be on Hail to the King, and they decided, to leave it off. So now they're releasing it in this new set. So, this is a Marcus pick. So this is my pick for Monday. Not a request or anything like that, but I do love Avenged Sevenfold. So when this started popping up for me as new music from them, I was like, okay, I'm all about it for sure. Gonna check it out. I've been with them since City of Evil. So I love Avenged Sevenfold. They're one of my favorites. I loved The Stage, one of my favorite albums of all time. I very much love Hail to the King as well. I know that's kind of a controversial opinion amongst Avenged Sevenfold fans. A lot of them don't really like Hail to the King, from what I can tell, because it's commercial or whatever. And, it definitely gets away from, I think, their signature style. But to me, it's still a hell of an Avenged Sevenfold album. Especially as someone in myself who just loves good hard rock. It's a good hard rock album. They can do it amongst the best of them. So, like Shepherd of Fire is one of my favorites. Hail to the King is a great song. This Means War, Doing Time, Acid Rain. I love Acid Rain, and Acid Rain kind of sets up what they were going for on The Stage, which I really like too. You can really see where they were headed for their next album. So, Hail to the King is truly one of my favorite albums, and so the fact that this didn't make the cut and was originally supposed to go with that, it kind of has me interested, honestly, because again, I very unironically love Hail to the King. And again, I know it's commercial. I know it's kind of a controversial opinion to say amongst many hardcore Avenged Sevenfold fans, but it's a good album, and it's not always about writing just so deep, perverse lyrics like in The Stage, but it's good to just like jam out. Like sometimes I'm very much someone who touts the importance of lyrics and the importance of good writing, and I truly do believe that is very important, and more people should listen to music that has good writing and good lyrics and has a message, has something to say, or at least makes you think. But at the same time, I think people just also sometimes need to step back and just listen to music that sounds good. To me, Hail to the King is one of those albums that just sounds good. It's good to jam to. It's good to vibe to. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Love Avenged Sevenfold. Hopefully this one doesn't get blocked like Saturday's recording did, unfortunately. So fingers crossed. But we'll see. Anyway, Avenged Sevenfold, Set Me Free. Let's check it out.
There's a calmness to the air outside. Watch the sun color the sight of a morning sky. But all I see are clouds of darkest gray. A full eclipse to veil the start of another day. Children smile. Hold a new
That was immensely enjoyable for me. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I liked it a lot. Wow. So let me just get my first impressions off the brain before I forget about them. I can see why they left this off of Hail to the King. It doesn't quite fit that vibe. To me, it would work better. I don't know where it would work better in their discography, so I can kind of see why it was cut. Although, on Hail to the King, you do have songs like Crimson Day and Acid Rain, which don't... they mesh well with the whole album. They just... they're much more different than the rest of the songs. The rest of the songs are pretty hard rock anthem type songs, whereas those two are a little bit slower. This one, the moment it started, I was like, this is a lot slower than what I was expecting for a song off of Hail to the King, or that was, I guess, supposed to be off of Hail to the King. And so I can see why they cut it. That was my first thought. My second thought, and I just got to say, Sinister fucking Gates, man. Dude can play some guitar. I still think he's criminally underrated. I mean, honestly, a lot of my favorite guitarists, although many people I think they're highly praised, and I think many people who do listen to a lot of rock do recognize their talent. A lot of my favorite guitarists I feel like still fly under the radar. Mark Tremonti is one of them. I think Mark Tremonti is one of the best guitar players of all time, and I think he's still super underrated. I would say the same for Sinister Gates. I think he is super underrated, but one of the greatest guitarists I've ever heard. I mean, as a longtime fan of Avenged Sevenfold, the first time I heard Backcountry, I loved it. Not just because I love M Shadow's singing as well, and that's one of the things that hooked me in. But I remember Backcountry was the very first Avenged Sevenfold song I ever heard when I was back in middle school or whatever, high school. I don't know, somewhere around there, right? Anyway, what really made me love that song though were the intense, just amazing guitar solos, and I was just like, holy shit. I love this band, and I've stuck with Avenged Sevenfold since, and part of it is Sinister Gates' guitar playing. So to me, he's one of the best to do it, and I think he's still super underrated. I think Avenged Sevenfold catches a lot of flack, and I think undeservedly so. And I think that, kind of like Mark Tremonti with Creed and stuff like that. I think a lot of those guitarists kind of catch flack when really their work has always been really, really impressive. So anyway, let's break it down. Let me get those first thoughts out of the way. Let's break it down here. So let's start with the lyrics. Let me take a look. There's a calmness to the air outside. Watch the sun color the sight of a morning sky. But all I see are clouds of darkest gray. A full eclipse to veil the start of another day. Hear the laughter as the children smile. Hold a newborn close and dream for a little while. But all I hear is death knock at my door, and think of painful journeys our young must endure. That's very interesting. So calmness in the air outside, sun's rising, but all I can see are the dark gray. So it sounds like someone, it kind of reminds me of the song, what is the name of the song? I've heard it a billion times in my life. It's by Live, Lightning Crashes, right? Yeah. God, sorry. I've heard that song a billion times, and for some reason the name is slipping me. But it reminds me of that song. I think it's about an older person holding a newborn, right? It's seeing children play, but they're dying. They're at the end of their journey here. So I think that's what this song is about, which again, that's why it kind of reminds me of this song. And think of the painful journeys our young must endure. So this person, I think, has already been through the painful journey. They're reaching the end of their painful journey. Now they're thinking, okay, our young ones are going to have to endure this as well. Set me free tonight, and they repeat that quite a bit. Touch the water with your own two hands. Let the freedom bell bring calm to a troubled land. But all I feel are 2 feet in chains. I know the system, but I can't figure out the game. That's a pretty interesting line. I like that one, that last line right there. Touch the water with your own hands. Let the freedom bell bring calm to a troubled land. So this person, I guess, is starting to feel free, but all I feel are my 2 feet in chains. So even though they feel free, they're, I guess, realizing that they're not actually free. I'm not entirely sure. Set me free tonight, set me free tonight. Take it all away from me, take it away. Set me free tonight. And they just repeat that till the end of the song. So again, I'm pretty interested to see what this song is about. But again, my first reaction, I guess, is that it is about someone, dying. Now, I wonder if the 2 feet in chain line means that they're in hell. They died and they feel like they're this important person who did good, but they're actually in hell. That's kind of how I'm reading it right now. But I could be wrong. If anybody else has a take, let me know. So I thought it was lyrically, I thought it was pretty good. I felt like it did get a little repetitive with the "set me free tonight, set me free, set me free." I felt like that was maybe repeated a little bit too much. But overall, I did enjoy the writing. So, I'll give it a thumb up. I thought it was pretty solid lyrically. I thought it was good. It kind of did hook me and started getting me to think about it. And I can't help but draw the comparisons to Lightning Crashes. But that's a good song, too, and I like it lyrically. So, yeah, I like the subject matter. I thought it was pretty interesting. I give it, like I said, I give it a thumbs up. Now, where the song really shines is in the guitar work and the instrumentation. And, of course, M. Shadows. I love M. Shadows as a singer. I know some people may have mixed opinions about him. Love him as a singer. So I feel like he did really well throughout. Definitely not as hard and heavy as the things that you heard off of Hail to the King, which is, like I said, I can see why they left this one off of that album. But what hooked me immediately is the guitar playing. I almost stopped this song like a minute in, and I just to talk about the guitar playing, but I figured I'd let it roll and let you guys listen to it because I wanted to listen to it too. But the guitar work was just fantastic. Around the 4:22 mark, that guitar breakdown, it really heard a lot of 80s classic rock influence in that guitar breakdown, and which I think is interesting because Hail to the King as a whole is definitely here are our influences, and we're going to make a song that sounds like our influences. So I'm pretty interested to see maybe who their influence was on this song, because that guitar solo, that guitar breakdown there about halfway through the song was very 80s in my opinion, definitely. But I love the guitar playing throughout, and that's, there were some other good instrumental parts, but I can hardly think of them right now just because I was so focused in on that guitar. It was really, really wonderful to hear that. I've done a lot of songs recently, and kind of just on this channel in general, that don't really utilize guitar solos. It might be sort of a lost art, I guess, but I really like that Avenged Sevenfold is one of those bands that continues to provide them pretty consistently. So really happy with that. As far as instrumentation goes, the guitar and of course M. Shadow's voice really elevates this one for me. I give it 2 thumbs for that one because I thought it was fantastic. And then lastly, the listenability. For me, I think I'm interested to see where this fits on an album of unreleased Avenged Sevenfold stuff, because you're thinking about their discography over the years, they've changed their style so much that I feel like an album like this can be wildly different from song to song. And so I'm trying to think of this song as just like a nugget in time, and I like it for what it is. It's definitely, like I said, I think part of my brain is telling me, oh, it was supposed to be part of Hail to the King, and that's kind of making it weird for me, because again, Hail to the King is much more of a hard rock album. This doesn't really scream hard rock. It had its moments kind of there towards the end, but I think as far as listenability goes, I feel like many Avenged Sevenfold fans will like this song just because it's something kind of familiar. It's got all the good workings of an Avenged Sevenfold song. It's not as heavy, I think, as most Avenged Sevenfold songs, but it's definitely got the guitar work. It's definitely got you got your classic M. Shadows in there, and I think Avenged Sevenfold fans will hopefully enjoy it. With that being said, I don't know what the state of Avenged Sevenfold is right now in just the music scene and the rock scene, but I give it a thumb up for listenability. I enjoyed it, and I'm probably gonna go listen to it again once I'm done recording here. I thought it was really good, and it's got some replayability for sure. So anyway, that's it. That's it for the review. I really liked the song. Interested to see what they come out with next. I'm hoping that this is kind of a, hey guys, be patient while we work on a new album type thing, because the Stage came out a little over 3 years ago, so I think we're due for another album. If they decide to continue going that route. It's up to the artist, not up to me. So, but I think as far as just how often artists release albums, we're definitely due for another one, if you know what I mean. So, really hoping this is kind of leading to that, like a hey, be patient while we work on it type thing, right? So anyway, yes, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the song, please go check out the artist, go support their music wherever you can. If you want to support me, you can do all the stuff you normally do on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Otherwise, I'm out for now. Please leave your requests in the comments. I promise I will continue getting to those. Just a quick break for one of my picks. So thank you so much, guys. Again, have a good one. See ya.